Hello everybody, welcome back to stream. How we all doing today? What's new with y'all? I missed you guys. Hello Myro, hello Gambo, hello Kick, hello Josh. Sorry that I'm running late. Work and dogs took a lot longer than I thought today. Gambo, happy Ramadan and happy 14-month anniversary. Thank you so much for the sub. I heart you. And Myra, thank you for redeeming Hydrate. Dudum, hello! I did. Although it's funny, Myro responded to my tweet and was like, drive safe. All I could imagine in my head was that gif of Cruella de Vil. Drive, by the way, drive very safe. I don't want to waste a ton of time choosing, but I do try to match the movies to what we're watching. So today we're doing The Ring. It's close enough to Nancy Drew, okay? Working dogs, hello Yuria. Okay, Myra, I still love you. I haven't found a home for them yet, but I'm gonna find a great home. Surf's Up is one of my all-time favorites. And you can Chromio. For our Sadako queen. Well, Gambo, looks like you just signed yourself up to work Fridays. For a dress stream, specifically for that dress that I wore yesterday. By the way, if you guys ever want to buy me cute clothes, check out my wish list. Or send me money. I do have a lot of lovely dresses. I love playing dress up. That is so fun. I haven't played a crossword forever. What if I'm secretly a terrible person? And that's because I'm so well equipped in Muslim lore. You already know what games I want to see. Eve, Witch's House, Misao, Mad Father, Ao Oni. Does Yumi Nikki count? Auntie's a little sick. Sadly. That's per usual. I feel like this stuff lately. Oh. Deep fried image. Excuse me, what do you mean disconnected? Let me reset my headphone. Sir, I have not had dinner. I'm not gonna have a bad representation off with a Palestinian right now, but it reminds me of when I tell people I'm Albanian, And they're like, oh, like the people from Taken, like the rapist sex traffickers. And I'm like, yep, exactly like that. How'd you know? I'm gonna guess with this puzzle. I think I get what this means. But we also might explode. Let's find out. Oh, I just went exactly to where we're from. You're going to Albania this summer? What's bringing you there? I'm so jealous. I got a puzzle right. Gambo, that's terrible. Tell him that your boss is Albanian.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres'
Also,
permission.
calling an Albanian Greek, worst thing he could do. Oh, I'm so jealous. Please eat lots of good food for me. It's so majestic. Shout out to Roosevelt, I guess. Yeah, I'm literally your boss. Just because I'm so cool. I'm too cool to be anyone's boss. Juria, same. I really do. Also, I've always had a crush on this. I need to admit that to you guys before
Hello,
we talk.
can I help you?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm visiting the woman who bought the old Malone place, Sally McDonald. Do you know her?
Sally McDonald? Yes, I've had occasion to write her up once or twice.
What do you mean, write her up?
She littered. Food items, as I recall. An apple core, crust of bread, something like that. She tried to argue that the animals would eat them, but litter is litter. And besides, feeding the wildlife is also illegal.
You are not supposed to. I would love that. That's just seems cool. You are not supposed to throw food like apple cores. Animals can't
Sounds
actually
like
eat
you
it.
take your job
That's a lie.
very seriously.
Being a park ranger can be a
Hey, Mendo,
thankless
hello.
job, Ms. Drew.
I was just reminding
But I know that every time I enforce a rule,
Creed Bridge. I'm sure that bridge actually had a name.
some
No,
plant
it's the
or
Assassin's
animal,
Creed Bridge.
however minute, for future generations of park goers.
What do you know about the pack of dogs that's been terrorizing Sally? They've scared her so bad that she's gone to her aunt's in Philadelphia.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
I saw them myself.
Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living,
Hey guys, how you doing?
breathing, very
Good
noisy
to see you.
dogs.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe?
Of how like
Some
people think it's
oddball
okay
vitamin or
to
protein.
throw fruit, like like banana peels and stuff, because it'll compost, but really it's bad.
As a park ranger,
Hello,
don't you
Christian.
want to know for sure what's behind these dog attacks?
Do you always ask this many questions?
As
Matter
a matter of
I
fact,
do.
I do.
I'm a very busy man, Miss
Ooh,
Drew,
thank you
but
so much for 100 biddies. Can we get a shout out
I
for
am
Christian,
here to serve
please?
the public.
He just started streaming and he is killing it. Thank you for 100 biddies and for always being my hype man. Here's a fruit beer. Cheers to you.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find
you
out
just
whether
chill
or
out,
not your
please?
water's fit to drink.
I promise I'm not strangling him. Thank you, Gambo, for 100
Does
biddies.
everyone out here have a well?
Everyone
What
who
if he
doesn't
tried
want
to lay
die of
down
thirst
instead?
does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
Lay down and chill. Oh, my bed's comfier, I promise. Thank you guys for starting a hype train.
This place
You
isn't
guys are
exactly
so
your
sweet.
ordinary ranger
During this
station,
time,
is it?
It's
excuse
also
me,
the Moon
I've
Lake
like the
Post
hiccups.
Office, and
You
it's
can
the
gift
unofficial Moon Lake
subs,
Museum
subscribe
of
yourself,
Factual
and use
Natural
bit
History. I've
to
lived here all my
support the
life,
channel.
so I can't help but feel obligated to protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
So you know all about Mickey Malone?
As a member of the law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the positive aspects of history
I know.
instead of on the activities of a bunch of glorified thugs.
Why don't you just chill back there?
So you'd probably like to see the old Malone place torn down and forgotten.
Not necessarily. It's hard to ignore its potential as a tourist attraction.
Nothing's
And
funny than
if
like
that's what
a
it takes to draw more
political
people to
forest
Moon Lake,
ranger.
I'm a reasonable man.
As an officer of the law, can you think of anyone who might want to scare Sally off her property?
What's
The woman
wrong?
who owns the shop across the lake? Emily Griffin? I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure she's been dragging the lake in front of Malone's house for artifacts, which is illegal. It would be a lot easier for her to do her dirty work if nobody was living there.
What do you
Is
know
that
about
illegal?
the cemetery behind the Malone
I guess it doesn't
house?
really sound
Couldn't inherit
legal,
this.
but
Beyond that, what's to know?
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Would you mind
I'm
mailing
so
this
tired of my
letter for
shit.
me?
Not at all.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have
Oh,
nested.
Christian, that's sweet of
They
you.
can carry some nasty diseases.
It's
Thanks
always
for
a
the tip,
loss
Ranger
when I don't
Akers.
have you here. I mean, I can look at these.
I probably shouldn't mess around with
But
this
we
without
did
Ranger
ask.
Akers' permission.
We did ask for his permission. He said yes. And he said, "You're so beautiful. I wish we were dating. And I'm in love with you." Said all those things. Word for word. Wanna try to lay down on the seat, buddy? A very sensitive pug.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone
Everybody
place.
should
You
check
know,
out
the house
Christian.
Sally
He is a
McDonald bought.
sweetheart.
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
A tree fell down in the driveway behind my car, and now I'm blocked in.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker
Good old
tends
Tucker
to do things
Davis.
in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
The ghost dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's
I'm actually
hounds have
kind
come
of
back.
excited for
Just
when we
all
get
thought they were
out of the
finally
early
resting in peace.
2000s
Have you
to
ever
like the
seen the
later
dogs?
early 2000s of Nancy
Don't
Drew
want
games
to neither.
because they become like a
Just hearing
little
howls
bit
bad enough. Scares the bejeebies
more
out of me.
I got the bejeebies scared out of me
well-rounded.
twice last night. Just before I
Not
saw
that
the
this isn't
dogs, I caught
charming,
a man named
but-
Red Knot prowling around outside the house.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure. He's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards.
They do
making
get darker
noises
as
like he
well.
just popped out of a UFO.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette
Well, they get
player from you.
scarier. I guess
Oh, yeah.
darker's
I
not
got
quite
it
the
right
right
here.
word.
Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here. What else
Thank you.
can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the
But we are
cemetery
gonna
that's by
pause
the
these
Malone house.
because
Have you ever
we'll
been
probably
there?
play Nancy Drew on and
Can't say
off.
as I
But since
have.
we're playing
Poking
the
around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with
Arkham
me.
games, but
Does the
this
name
week
Waldo
I needed a
Matthias
second
mean
thing to
anything
fill the
you?
slot because all my
Can't
friends were
say as it
busy.
does.
Where do you find your... achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, That old Malone place used to be Party Central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats
Thank you guys for all the
on
love. I
account of bad
appreciate
weather
it.
or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead,
See,
cutie.
recovering objects from the lake
Go ahead.
bed is illegal.
You want it?
According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Squeaky Wheel Acres?
Jeff Akers,
2 wild
local
dogs in
park
here.
ranger. I keep telling him all this stuff washed up on shore. But does that snobby little stickler for rules believe me?
Sounds
Damn,
like
she
you aren't
hates
real
this
fond
dude.
of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers,
How many
why,
like
there's
small and
nothing he'd
quiet
like
places
better
do
than
you
to
think
see
are
all
so
the
out
lake
there
and all
like
the
this?
property around it turned into one
It's
big
okay.
noisy jam-packed
As long as you
state
don't have
park.
any ill
Why would
will,
he
you're
want
totally
that?
okay.
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe
You're
one
completely
ticket
fine.
per littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
Guess I'll see you later.
Hello, Galaxy
Always a pleasure.
Nova Star. How are you?
Ew!
Worms. Me too. You have to wonder, like, for some of the voice acting stuff here, how much of it's real and how much of it's, like, just someone just going at it, doing what they think is best. Oh, dang it, ads. I said hello, Galaxy Nova Star. Hopefully you can hear me now. Sorry, I forgot that there was an ad running. How you doing?
I don't need water right now.
What, Nancy? You're telling me you don't want to carry a bucket of water in your pocket? Sometimes I just don't get her. Hello, Galaxy Nova Star 24. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Hex Gang. My name is Eli. I'll be your guide through all things retro and horrific over on the channel. We're currently playing some Nancy Drew games. We're playing through the Arkham Asylum games. And sometimes we goof off with our friends. So if you like horror games, if you like retro games, if you like Silent
I
Hill,
have that water
you're
sample.
in the
but
right
what do I do with
place.
it?
Just give it to me.
And we're
and I'll take
eventually
care of it.
making our way through the entire Nancy Drew.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
I don't need water right now. Pour out your hard labor. Just like real life. Oh, hell yeah. Then you're in the right place. What are some of your favorite games? Hello, Yoshio. Welcome back. How you doing? Silent Hill. Supposedly the Silent Hill 2 remake's coming out in May. I feel like I should be making TikToks about all this stuff, but it just feels so disingenuous. Okay.
American goldfinch. Northern cardinal. red-tailed hawk.
Truthfully,
Western tanager.
I love Nancy Drew as well. I played these games ever since I was a kid. Truthfully, I don't, because I also don't know where the whole May release date came from. I mean,
Here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
in my opinion, we already, like, I don't think it's a huge deal to say. Snap that photo. I don't think it's a huge deal to say, hey, the game's
No
coming out
birds
this
here.
year, because, like, I feel like we already knew that. I don't know what the May date seems. To be honest, I think that they need more time to market it.
No birds here.
But if it's, quote, like, if people are saying, like, it's in Konami's hands now, I mean, who knows how they'll treat the marketing of the game. So, but yeah, I don't feel super... Ooh. Where are you, birdie? I don't feel super strongly that we're going to be getting it. Yoshio, I think that would be a smarter opinion. So, very oddly, a trend that I've noticed about the not Nancy Drew,
Come back!
damn, about the Silent Hill games is that they all come out in the earlier parts of the year. Ooh, that's a bird. So, yeah, me too. I would like one more substantial trailer before there's a, you know, like a full-on release. But we'll see.
Missed it.
Why doesn't this bird want me to take a photo of them? My feelings hurt by a bird. I feel like we missed most of, like, the Game Awards. But to be honest, I don't always know. I feel like I'm always behind on what, like, award shows are going on, and stuff like that. Hello, Richard, it's good to see ya. I mean, my thought is that they would just announce another Silent Hill showcase, like they did the first time. I keep going in circles now. Okay, these are both dead ends. What's up, buddy? What's up?
Come back!
Why do these birds hate me? Do I need to wear camo or something? What? Silent Hill Tokyo Drift. I'd be down. You guys hear Santi? I'm petting you. I really am. I really, really am. I think some of the dogs, some of the birds, I have
It's
to.
still not fixed.
Okay, smartass. I'm gonna have to take at night. I could. You want to get down? see. I might be making this up. Some things I really misremember in these games. Because you know when you kind of mix something with like your childhood imagination? He's been feeling okay. I'm gonna go see what he needs. I'll be right back. All right, freedom. But yeah, Santi kept me up last night, so I'm very, very tired. He's kind of started doing one of two things. The first thing that he does is sometimes he just wakes up in the middle of the night and wants to go for a walk. And I think that's just because he's like older and more confused now. Yeah, so he'll wake up and he'll just want to go for a walk. Taking for a walk, so I'll be like out at 3 in the morning, just walking my little pug. And other times he's just really uncomfortable. So, you know, I'm figuring it out. I'm working with his vet. Vet bills are just expensive, so I kind of have to like ration out when I can take him. But the other thing about Santi, because he is my dog, is he is such an attention whore. So, like, he'll also just cry because he wants attention. So sometimes it's hard to tell if he's sick or just being like, pet me. And both are fine. I'm just a hypochondriac, so I'm constantly like, he's going to drop dead. Okay, maybe I made up the Nightbirds thing. I really thought that there's like an entire plot point. Alright. Let's see if I can make my way out of here. Yeah, last night Santi threw up all over my carpet. Space Soul Boy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Hex Gang, my dear. My name is Eli, and I will be your guide to all things retro and horrific. Over on the channel, we play a ton of different games. Right now we're playing through the Arkham series, and we are also playing through the Nancy Drew games. But we are known to play a lot of horror games and a lot of retro games. So if you're into that stuff, if you're into Silent Hill, you're in the right place.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me.
I knew I needed
Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money
Does he
grubber
realize that
carries.
he doesn't need to whisper right now?
I'm sorry, but finding those birds is harder than I thought it would be. Can you give me any tips?
You gotta look for them. This isn't gonna be any Sunday picnic, you know? And try early in the morning. That's when most of them are singing.
See you in a while.
Just
So,
remember,
I like
eyes open,
really
mouth shut.
made up the whole nighttime bird thing. Alright. Time to go get some camo. There's like mini games in some of these games where you have to drive, and I'm so bad at them. It's gonna be hilarious.
Howdy, Nancy.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of trade out?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But
I don't think that's how
I'm running
camo
kinda
works,
low
but
on
I'm
bait.
okay with that.
So if you go out and get me, oh, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
You got a deal. So, what kind of bait do you need?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs, anything that wriggles on its belly will
Yourself.
do. Just
I'm a
like other
grub.
stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find
You
12
did
in no
miss
time.
Santi.
Hunting for critters isn't
He's been
illegal, is it?
dramatic.
Things ain't quite that bad around here. At least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers'
Moves for
daddy was still
clothes.
around, you might get arrested for cruelty
Lucas
to
Warrington,
animals or
thank you
some
so much
such
for the YouTube
nonsense.
sub. I
Joe
appreciate
Akers
it.
used to be the
Hope you're
deputy
doing well.
sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
Guess I'll see you
You
later.
missed Santi and you missed Batman, Lane. Well, not today, but yesterday. But it's okay, because we're going to be playing all the games. Are you guys teaching Christian how to keyboard smash? I've had enough throw up in the last 24 hours to last me a lifetime.
Those look too rotten.
Give me that worm. Give me that worm. Look at me. Professional bug hunter. Oh, maybe it's the bugs that I have to go. At night for. I'm gonna put a worm on you. How does that make you feel? It's worm time. Where is chirping coming from? Oh, there's another rock. I'm slaying the game. Christian, are you redeeming the compliment for you or for someone else? Oh, I can compliment Lane. Oh my gosh. I am so proud of Lane and everything that she does. She's an amazing artist, and now she's at university, working her little tush off, practicing with all sorts of mediums that she likes and some that she doesn't like. But I'm really proud of her because she's taken such a huge step in such a massive direction that I don't think I would ever be able to do. And she never fails to make me smile or make me laugh or come up with something just absolutely like hilarious and random. It's so great to be on the same wavelength with someone too, where you kind of have like the same stupid sense of humor or like find the same random things funny. And yeah, she just brights up each and every one of my days. She reminds me of myself in my youth. A car will hit you. That's what'll happen. You're dumb. Is the compliment for you or for someone else? Can I do me? Gosh, that's a good question. Ooh, I want a burger, Lane. Oh gosh. I like how everybody's like, spread love, and Richard is like, I hope you die. Okay. So I'll think of something stupid I did story. A long one or a short one? As far as complimenting myself, I've had an incredibly hard few months. Really, it's been like the last 6 months, and I've really done a good job at supporting myself and keeping my head above water, especially in a lot of ways that like I haven't let down, and I'm proud of myself for taking care of myself and making some tough situations work, and just really better getting to know myself. In my resilience and the ways that I love are really remarkable things that I don't take for granted. That's my compliment. Okay. Do I have enough bugs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. That's enough bugs. I'm bugging out, bro. Let's see. Stupid story. Stupid story. Stupid story. I'm trying so hard. I can think of so many, but I don't want it to be a boring one. Okay. Yes, you should get it as a treat. I have stepped in dog poop before. Eli's arguably the most positive influence on Twitch. Their iconic deadpan humor. They love interacting with chat on a daily basis and make a great role model for people like us. Thank you, Christian. That means a lot. That really does. Gosh. The problem is I have so many... Oh, thank you, Christian. That's really sweet of you. This is why you're my hype man. Okay, I'll tell you guys a story.
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding
This
coming
is
along?
like a...
Well, big, fat,
For my
juicy one, just
younger
like you
people.
wanted.
There's not really that many
Well,
younger
you
people
done
here.
all right for a
When I
city
was in
gal.
high
Here you
school,
go. Hope whatever you're hiding from
I had a
won't catch
crush
you.
on
How you
this
holding
guy
up?
Any
who
word
looks like
from
Edward
Tucker,
Cullen
what's his
from
name?
Twilight,
He
okay?
hasn't been by
I
to
had
move that
the
tree yet.
I'll give him another
biggest
call.
crush on
But like I
him.
said,
And
the
like
man marches to the
delusional
beat of another
levels of
drummer.
crushing.
A very
Like
slow
very
drummer.
embarrassing.
Guess I'll see you later.
Very, very
Keep on
embarrassing.
trucking.
And he was a senior, I was a sophomore, and one day he was like, let's skip class and go drink. I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, I was a ruffian, you know. It wasn't like a new concept to me, but honestly, I didn't drink a whole lot in high school. Bob, this is a story of something you should never do. And the period that he wanted to skip was chemistry, which my teacher had told me that I had already failed. So I was like, well, I'm not going to go to that class. I know that I failed it, blah, 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 blah. So we skipped class. Aston Stamp, thank you so much for the YouTube subscription. I really appreciate it. We skip class, we go to drink. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Four Loko, if you've ever had the displeasure of drinking a Four Loko, God, they were something else. So, drink like half a Four Loko. I honestly think I ended up spilling more on myself. But I was like 90 pounds in high school. I'm 130 pounds now, just for like reference. Yeah, I'm 130 pounds now for reference. And it hit me real hard, and I had to go back to class. And so the class I had in my last period was creative writing, which was my favorite class, with my favorite teacher. It's that stereotypical like teacher who believes in you and like turns your life around. I went to her class drunk, and she pulled me aside because I thought I was being all slick, because I was just like, I just put my head down on the desk and basically went to bed. Creative writing's the best. And yeah, I thought I was being slick. I was not. She told me that like she was super disappointed in me, and I felt like really guilty. But like the only thing that outweighed my guilt was like how gross and sick I felt. Like there's very few things in this world that I will... I don't know if this makes sense. Not quite that I'll avoid doing, but where I don't like learn my lesson immediately. Like, if I tell someone I'm never gonna do something again, I'm never gonna do something again because I had a bad time. Bob, I feel like you gossiping is hilarious. I was not very straight-laced. I'm very jealous of those who were. Granted, I try not to drink now. Or do much of anything. Hey, if a nobody. Lane, that's more you story. Four Loko was like drinking liquid brick. It really was. High school was a lawless time because that was before Tinder had an 18 and up age restriction. And this is when I was in high school, and Snapchat had just come out, and Four Loko was still a thing. A lot going on. Of course. I mean, I needed to hear that from her because I didn't go drunk to class, especially as a teenager. You didn't miss out. And I know that you hear that all the time when people who like did crazy stuff in high school are like, oh, you didn't miss out on anything. You literally did not. I can tell you, the only thing you saved yourself from is like a world of heartbreak. Never skipped class in high school, but sure as crap didn't sing. No, I don't know them, Bob. They're probably a spam account or a graphic designer. It's true. I do miss drunk streams. Alright, where are you? Why isn't he in his little perch? R.I.P. to drunk streams. You were great. Maybe I didn't make up the bird at night thing. Oh, I was onto something. I try not to. Also, Sophie, I love you. Did I miss saying hi to you? I'm so happy you're here. I was homeschooled until 15? Until I went to high school. Until things went downhill. But yeah, I was homeschooled most of my life too. Yeah, Ohio's kind of a crap place to be. But there's plenty of time to travel now. If you guys were a hawk, where would you be? Asking for a friend. I didn't get my license until less than a year ago. God, that scared me. And I'm 24. And I'm really, really happy that I waited to get my license. Now drinking just flares my Crohn's disease. I'm also the type of person who, like, can't stop drinking. Once I start. And, like, I'm also the type of person where something very dramatic and bad happens every single time. So it's not a good combination. It's like an okay combination if I'm just sitting here streaming, but I'm 30 and don't drive? Hell yeah. 25 and don't drive? Hell yeah. So if you can't drive, welcome to the no driving club. Okay, gotta get a hint about this stupid hawk. Myro, that's shocking considering where you live. You should, Soph. My toxic trait is
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please
my
check the
toxic
number
trait
and
is thinking
dial
that I
again.
could drive in the
This is
UK.
a recording.
Did your redeem go through? I might have missed it. You can just tell me what it was. You should never do something you're uncomfortable with just because someone else tells you you should or it's the right thing to do.
Nancy, how's it going? Hey, Bess. How'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my
Yeah,
many
work
talents.
stuff is
You
kind of
are
what motivated
so
me.
full of it. She
What
got
kind of burger
caller
did you
ID,
get, Lane?
Nancy. So now
Oh, I
instead
can
of
totally
hanging up on the
compliment
geeks that always
Sophie.
call her, she
Sophie,
just doesn't
you're the
answer the
best. You're the
phone.
best
Very
older
funny.
sister.
So what's up?
You are just like so patient and so amazing and so giving. And you,
I could sure use a nice big
like,
hint right about now.
no matter
Why don't you go
what
outside and see what all those
life
weird noises are? And if you see a dog, just show no
throws
fear
at
and let it
you,
smell your hand. I don't know, Bess. What if it doesn't like the way her
you're
hand smells? It's what
so
you're
good at
supposed to do,
handling
George.
it. Like, you'll
I
literally
could sure use
come
a
to
nice
stream and
big
you'll be
hint
like, yeah,
right about
my
now.
house.
Why don't you go outside and see what all those weird noises are? And if you see a dog, just show no fear and
Why
let
don't
it
you
smell
kill
your hand.
yourself?
I don't know, Bess. What if it doesn't like the way
You're
her
like, yeah,
hand
my house
smells?
burned
It's what
down
you're
and
supposed to
everybody
do,
I
George.
know is
Bye, you
dead.
guys.
Don't be a
And
stranger. Take care.
you'll be like, but I still love life and I love you. And I'll be like, holy shit, Sophia, I would be committing crimes, actually. So, thank you for being you. I really hope this man dies. Ooh, Lane, look at you.
It's not safe to take the boat out at night.
Yeah, it's not safe to take the boat out at night. Kill yourself. Sorry. 29, don't drive. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. There's a lot of social stigma when it comes to not driving. And I completely get it. Find this damn bird. Okay, maybe the hawk's not out at night. I guess we'll make it daytime again and do this bullshit. But, like, it's not our fault that we have such bad infrastructure that, like, you have to drive everywhere. Sophie is a cutie patootie. I'm gonna find this hawk. Whether or not it kills me. I love the sound of birds, by the way. It's springtime, or like springtime's happening. Beginning. And I hear the mourning doves. I love mourning doves. My favorite bird call. I could watch birds all day. That is a true statement. I fucking love birds. Am I really gonna have to look up a hint for this hawk? Am I getting bested by this hawk? Is there something else I need to complete? Let's see. Seagulls sometimes give me the heebie-jeebies. What kind of birds are in your walls? Christian, so real. Okay, the bird is simply not here. I think the bird's literally in there, but for some reason... Okay, I guess Let's quickly go talk to everybody and make sure. Enjoy your burger and enjoy Batman. Ah, dog. And again, sorry that stream's so late tonight. I got off
You're
of work
back.
late.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's
Um,
Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy
And yeah,
named Red
I would stream all
Knight.
night if I could.
Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
He seems pretty harmless to me.
I always feel bad
He's a
because I miss hanging
fanatic.
out with you guys.
He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best bird watching
Hey,
venue
don't
in
use
the
my
world
own
except
advice
for one
against
thing.
me.
Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Have
Good
you
for
gotten
him,
the results
is
back
what I
from
say.
that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
How long have you been
Have
the
you
Lone
been?
Ranger here, as it were?
6 long, very frustrating years. If I were in charge
Damn.
of just 10 more
I
acres
would
of
leave.
parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Then maybe these ghost dogs are a blessing in disguise.
What do you mean?
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think
Real.
twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price.
Any
and
suggestions
you'll
on
have
who
your
we should
land.
raid tonight,
You're
y'all?
insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I didn't mean to insult you. In fact, is there anything I can do to help you out?
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
I'm
Okay, if I
sorry.
read what's in the envelopes?
Don't
I
go reading
love
anything until you're through, or take
How
my
this
word
guy's
for it,
greatest
you'll never
sin
get
is
finished.
taking
Thanks
his
for all your help.
job
That's why I'm here.
as a park ranger in a small town too seriously. Like, that's the sin that these people are casting upon this man. He's an overworked park ranger. Like, come on. Aw, Walker ended stream. It's okay. I have tons of people that I follow. I just always want to check with you guys. I think next time this happens, you should just have a cardboard cutout. It's true. I should. Why don't I have a cardboard cutout of myself? That'd simultaneously be scary and amazing. Before I end stream, don't forget to check out my socials: Instagram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, TikTok. I create unique content across all platforms. I just uploaded a new YouTube video. So check that out. And if you enjoyed the stream, you can always think about tossing a donation my way or scoop me something off my wish list. Never expected, but always appreciated. We're gonna go, raid my friend Goose. He is currently, or they are, I'm sorry. They're currently, doing tarot readings. So, let's go hang out with them. Alright guys, take care of yourselves. Remember, you are oh so loved. I'll see you next week for more Batman Arkham Asylum and other things. Take care of yourselves. Wow.